Welcome to another Tech Help video brought to you by AccessLearningZone.com. I'm your instructor, Richard Rost. Today is part 3 of my series on forcing users out of the database. It's 8 o'clock on a Friday night. You've stayed late to do some maintenance, to do some work, to push some updates, do some backups. And Joe down in accounting left again. He left early and he forgot to log out of the database. What are you going to do? Well, this is what you're going to do. This is part 3 of my series, so if you haven't watched parts 1 and 2 yet, go watch those now. You'll find links down below, and then come on back, and I'll be waiting for you. All right, so where we left off, our front-end database. Whoop, got really big there. Let me resize it. Nope. Our front-end database timer event is now running, and let's go take a peeky at it. Where are you? Timer event. Come here. Okay, so we're checking the scheduled shutdown time. All right, if that happens to be the case, we need to shut down. Look at what time this system started, and if it didn't start after that shutdown time, we are going to open up our shutdown form and do a shutdown. So let's build the shutdown form next. All right, I'm going to copy my main menu form because the main menu, it's got pretty much all the features that I want. It's already set up. It's not a form that holds records. It's got the record selectors off, the navigation, all that stuff's off. So let's just go in here. We're going to just copy and paste, Control-C, Control-V. We'll call this the shutdown F, the shutdown form. This guy will open up when it's time to actually shut down. I am going to delete all of the objects from this form. We don't need any of that stuff. And I'm going to go into its source code. And I'm going to delete everything except the form close event. Leave that form close event and delete everything else. Make sure you're in the shutdown form, by the way. I did this earlier when I was doing my run through and I accidentally was deleting the stuff out of the main menu form. And luckily I caught it and I could undo it, but just delete all of that stuff. All you want to leave in here is the form close event. Same thing happens. If they are able to close this form, it's taking the database with it, right? But we don't want that happening for us while we're doing maintenance. I am going to change the background color of the form to something bright and obnoxious like red. Make it a little smaller. Let's add a label and drop it right meow. All right, this database the contents will self-destruct in 30 seconds. We'll shut down in 1 minute or whatever interval you want. All right, let's make it white and bold and bigger. That's good enough. Center it maybe. That's about what I did before. All right, something like this. If you want to put sounds in here, you can. You can do whatever you want. Put animation, make it jump and, spit out jelly beans. Whatever you want it to do. It's up to you. Now, if you're going to give them 1 minute, then set the form's timer interval to 60 seconds like that. Okay? But again, I'm going to give mine 10 seconds for the purposes of class to demonstrate it to you. All right, but you're going to want to set this, give them however long you want. You want to give them 10 minutes, then set it to 10 minutes. I don't care. Give them time to finish their work and shut down. That's fine. All right. You want to prevent them from closing this form, though. All right, so in the form properties, I'm going to go to Format, and I'm going to turn off. We already turned off the record selectors, navigation buttons, scroll bars. I'm going to turn off the control box. That's this thing. That's the control box. All right, turn that off because you can click on that and go to close. And I'm also going to turn off the close button. Okay, but if they are able, if they do know some shortcut trick to close it or whatever, then it's just going to take the whole database with them because of our code. Okay, all right. Now, what's this thing going to do? Well, after this after the 10 minutes or 1 minute or whatever it is, after this timer runs, for me 10 seconds, what do we want to have it do? Literally just shut the database down. If you want to give them another warning, you could say, hey, you got 15 seconds and start a beeping and all that stuff. That's up to you. I've already given them a warning. That's good enough for me. You've been warned. You will now exit. All right. I said good day, sir. That's it. And you can put this stuff in here if you want to, but I'm going to not put that in here for now because I want to see this actually working. I want to demonstrate it and have it actually working. All right. So save that. Always wise to throw in a debug compile. close this, and now we're ready for prime time. We're pretty much done. I mean, you can add some more embellishments or some flavor to it if you want to. That's up to you. But for me, I'm ready to test it. So what I'm going to do is save changes. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make copies of this to simulate other machines running. Obviously, you're going to make ACCDE files for them. If you don't know what that means, it's basically a compiled version of your database, so they can't get into the design elements. They can't get into your VBA code or your form design or any of that stuff. So all of the other users on your database who don't need to modify the database design should be running an ACCDE file. It's the smartest thing you can possibly do. But again, for the purposes of class, I'm just going to simulate it by making multiple front ends right here. So I'm just going to go copy, paste, and paste. We'll make 2 of them. All right. So we'll make this one front end 2, and we'll make this one front end. All right. Front end 1 will be me. I'm the developer. That's going to be my copy. Okay. Okay. So open it up. Here's front end number 1. And I'm going to close this ribbon, and I'm going to resize the database to be about this big. Here's a trick for you, by the way. Got the database at the right size, right? All right, I'm going to close that. Now when I reopen it, it should reopen at that spot. There we go. All right, and now I'm going to move that out of the way. Come here. Slide you down here out of the way a little bit. Let's open up front end 2. It should open up with the same dimensions. Come on, and pop right there. Come on. My system's running really slow today for some reason. All right, we'll just hide that. I hate how that happens. Okay, and we'll open up number 3. I think someone mentioned in one of the Access developer forums or whatever that I read a lot of. So the latest version of Access has been really, really sluggish. I'm not exactly sure why. They did something, those guys. Those cheeky guys. Those cheeky fellows. All right. So I got 3 copies of my database running here. This is simulating multiple users, right? Okay, now, me, I'm the admin. And look, as you can see, these things are checking every 10 seconds. These are checking for an update, right, for commands. Okay, every 10 seconds. Now, I am going to go, let's pretend I'm the admin on this one here, okay? I'm going to come in here. I'm going to go to my server table. And, all right, right now it is 6:15 p.m. on January 29th. So I'm going to put in here, I'm going to hit the current date time, and I'm going to put in here 6:16 p.m. All right, that's a date in the future, the time in the future. Oh, I think I passed it just a second ago. If it doesn't catch it, oh, I caught it. There it goes. Okay. And see, I didn't do anything. Those 2 systems caught it, and they should shut themselves down in a few seconds here. I must have hit it just before the just before the minute was up. And see, perfect. There we go. They just shut down. Okay. Now, let's do it again. Let's move this over here. Open these up. Front end 2. All right. And front end 3. Okay. There we go. Slide them over here. Now, notice they're not shutting down. They're checking because the logic, what's the logic? All right. If this is in the past, then check to see when you started up. If you started up after that date time, you don't need to shut down. All right. You're good. But if I come in here and issue another shutdown, okay, it's 6:17. So I'm going to put 6:18 in here, which is, again, a future date time. And remember, you got to leave this thing. If this is dirty, it won't update. All right, so I just updated. All right, looks like it's 6:17 and 19 seconds. So I got a few minutes here. Well, no, less than a minute, but for us, it's going to seem like forever. I'm going to pause the recording. All right, I paused for about 20 seconds. It's now after 6:17 and 50 seconds, and it should catch that in just a second here. The 09, all right, 59 won't catch it, but the 09, oh, the other one caught it. There it goes, because he's on 01. And that guy should catch up right any second. No, where are you? Come on. There it goes. See? Nice little shutdown. And that's it. That's all she wrote. Go on, close down. Okay, takes a second sometimes. It's not exact. Microsoft Access's timer, that's not exact. I've run into some problems before because, like, if you do stuff on a timer where you like count every second, right? Sometimes it'll count evenly on seconds for like 5-6 seconds, and then it'll pause for like 3 seconds because other system processes are going on, and then it'll go, and then like 3 seconds will go by at once. So you got to be careful if you're doing anything with timer based. But this should work just fine for you. All right, with what we're doing here. And now you can do whatever updates and stuff you want. And that is how you set up your database to automatically boot users out. All right, while I've got you here, let me talk about some other things that are related to this. I've got a good video on backing up your database. Watch this if you haven't yet already. I also have a backup template available. This is something that you put into your Access database. So you'll program this to run after everybody else has been kicked out of the database. Okay? You schedule it at 4 a.m. or whatever time you want to, and it will back up all of the tables that are associated with your database. Every backend table you got in your database folder, it'll back it up to you. What I do is I back up my database files to my Google Drive, because we don't want to run our database out of a Google Drive. That's a big no-no. Access does not run well out of a shared folder that's online. But you can use a Google Drive, Dropbox, OneDrive, any of those kinds of things. They're great for backup locations. All right, so your Access database can basically copies itself to your Google Drive, and then you've got an off-site copy of your database too, just in case the building burns down. You got your database offline, right? I also have another template called the Access Compactor. What this will do, I usually schedule this to run like once a week, maybe once a month, depending on how much your database is used, and it will go through and compact all of your backend tables. I have mine run every Sunday, and I back up every night, and then I have the compactor run every Sunday, and it usually squeezes 2, 3, maybe 5% out of my databases. And of course, remember, a slow database is a fast database. So if you got lots and lots of empty space in your database as well, the compactor will take care of that. And finally, one of my more popular templates, I've got the Access Updater. If you're sick and tired of running around everyone's workstations and updating their front end, that's what this thing does. All right, you click one button, you push an update, and it will literally go to everyone else's workstations. Their databases will pull down the updated copy, reboot, and restart the database for them automatically. Been using this myself. I built this for my own purposes. Even though I'm the only one in my office, I do have a server machine that sits over in the, in the server rack, and it does stuff. It sends out emails, and it pulls down information from the website and monitors my mailing list and all that stuff. All right, but I don't want to get up and walk across the room and update a front end. So I click one button and it updates the front end. And this can work on 2 machines or 200 machines. Doesn't matter. All right, there's a link down there. Check it out. All right, but that's going to do it. That is how you force the shutdown of your database. Kick everybody out. Tell them bye-bye. Go get lunch. If there's anything else you want to see, other stuff you want to see me add to this, post a comment down below. And if enough of you are interested, I'm more than happy to make a part 4. But for now, that's the end of the Force Shutdown series. Look down in the notes down below, because I won't update the video. You can't update a video on YouTube. But if I do post a part 4 eventually in the future, I'll put an update note in the description down below the video, right? Right? YouTube puts this stuff down here. This block down here. It's easy to miss this. A lot of people don't see this, but you click that, right? And there's all the stuff. I'll put notes down here. This is where I put the links and all that good stuff, right? Oh yeah, and buy my coffee mug. All right, that's going to do it, folks. That's your Tech Help video for today. I hope you learned something. Live long and prosper, my friends. I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and post any comments you may have below. I do try to read and answer all of them as soon as I can. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, which is completely free. Click the bell icon and select all to receive notifications when new videos are posted. Want to learn more? Click the Show More link below the video to find additional resources and links. YouTube does a pretty good job of hiding it. It's right down there. See this part of the description here, right? The name, the video's up here. There's a little Show More down there, right down the bottom. It's kind of hard to find. But once you click on that, you'll see a list of other videos, additional information related to the current topic, free lessons, and lots more. And YouTube no longer sends out email notifications when new videos are posted like they used to do. But if you'd like to get an email every time I post a new video, click on the link to join my mailing list. And you can pick how frequently to get emails from me, either as they happen, daily, weekly, or monthly. Now, if you'd like to become a paid member of my channel and receive all kinds of awesome perks, click on the Join button. You'll see a list of all the different membership levels that are available, each with its own special perks, including my extended cut videos, access to my code vault, lots of VBA source code in there, template downloads, and lots more. I'll talk more about these perks at the end of the video. Even if you don't want to commit to becoming a paid member and you'd like to help support my work, please feel free to click on the tip jar link. Your patronage is greatly appreciated and will help keep these free videos coming. I got some puppies to feed. But don't worry, no matter what, these free tech help videos are going to keep coming. As long as you keep watching them, I'll keep making more, and they'll always be free. Now, if you really want to learn Access and you haven't tried my free Access Level 1 course, check it out now. It covers all the basics of Microsoft Access, including building forms, queries, reports, and more. It's over 4 hours long. You can find it on my website or on my YouTube channel. I'll put a link down below you can click on. And did I mention it's completely free? The whole thing, free, 4 hours. Go watch it. And okay, a lot of you have told me that you don't have time to sit through a 4-hour course. So I do now have a quicker Microsoft Access for Beginners video that covers all the basics faster in about 30 minutes. And no, I didn't just put the video on fast forward. But I'll put a link to this down below as well. Now, if you like level 1, level 2 is just $1. That's it, $1. And that's another whole 90-minute course. Level 2 is also free for paid members of any level, including supporters. So if you're a member, go watch level 2. It's free. Okay, want to get your question answered in a video just like this one? Visit my Tech Help page and send me your question there. Members get priority, of course. While I do try to read and respond to all of the comments posted below in the comments section, I only have time to go through them briefly a couple of times a month, and sometimes I get thousands of them. So send me your question here on the Tech Help page, and you'll have a better chance of getting it answered. And while you're on my website, be sure to stop by my Access forum. We've got lots of lively conversations about Microsoft Access and other topics. I have a fantastic group of moderators who help me answer questions. Shout out to Alex, Kevin, Scott, Adam, John, Dan, Juan, and everybody else who helps out on the site. I appreciate everything you do. I couldn't do it without you. Be sure to follow my blog, find me on Twitter, and of course on YouTube. Yeah, I'm on Facebook too, but I don't like Facebook. Don't get me started. Now, let's talk more about those member perks if you do decide to join as a paid member. There are different levels: Silver, Gold, Platinum, and Diamond. Silver members and up get access to all of my extended cut Tech Help videos, one free beginner class every month, and some other perks. Gold members get all the previous perks, plus access to download the sample databases that I build in my Tech Help videos, plus access to my code vault where I keep tons of different functions that I use, the code that I build in most of the videos. You'll also get higher priority if you do submit any Tech Help questions. Now, answers are never guaranteed, but you do go higher in the list for me to read them. And if I like your question, you got a good chance of it being answered. You'll also get one free expert level class each month after you've finished the beginner series. Platinum members get all the previous perks plus even higher priority for Tech Help questions. You get access to all of my full beginner level courses for every subject. And I cover lots of different subjects like Word, Excel, VBA, ASP, lots of different stuff, not just Access. These are the full-length courses found on my website. You get all the beginner ones. In addition, once you finish the expert classes, you get one free developer class per month. So lots of training. And finally, you can also become a Diamond sponsor. You'll have your name or your company name listed on a sponsors page that will be shown on each video as long as you're a sponsor. You'll get a shout out in the video and a link to your website or product in the text below the video and on my website. So that's it. Once again, my name is Richard Rost. Thank you for watching this video brought to you by AccessLearningZone.com. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something today. Live long and prosper, my friends. I'll see you again soon.